Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to get right into the December forecast for the sign of Libra. Start by cutting your deck. And let's dive into it. King of Wands, Six of Swords, and Five of Swords. Right away, Libra, we're talking about a journey that you're having. Six of Swords and Five of Swords. Let's start with that King. I'll come to that. The King of Wands. So establishing yourself, right? Being unique. This is a month for you, Libra, where it feels like you're going to be definitely staking your claim, expressing yourself, stepping out and doing what you want to do. You have a vision for your life right now, Libra. And this month of December, you're going to be following that vision. It's not going to matter to you what anybody thinks. It's not going to matter, how people perceive it or what people think of your idea or think of you. This is the King of Wands is the most unique court card in the deck. He's going to go out and do what he desires. He's going to go out and manifest his dreams regardless of what the world thinks. And yet, here we have these two cards coming in for you. Six of Swords and Five of Swords. Five of Swords is fighting and just being sick of fighting. There's been a lot of arguing. There's been a lot of having to sort of play games with people, and you've gotten to a point where it's like, you're giving up. You're like, I'm done, especially with that Six of Swords. You could be the antagonist in the Five of Swords. It could be you who's like causing all these issues. But in this regard, it feels to me like you've been having to deal with someone specific in your life who's been just constantly bringing it, constantly coming for you, right? And you're just done with the fighting. You're turning away. Six of Swords energy, turning away. And yet they're still looking at you, right? You can see they're still looking toward you, whereas you're kind of turning your back and going away. So there's definitely a connection here, Libra, with someone that's been making it difficult for you to manifest your goals. And this month of December, you are absolutely going to be pressing forward, and it may mean actually moving away. Let's go further. Hanged Man energy up. You've been stuck. Queen of Cups. And the Star, yeah, you've definitely being stuck with someone, okay? Stuck with someone who, I want to say, in a connection with someone. Doesn't necessarily have to be a love connection. This could be a family member or a friend or a colleague. It could be a work connection. But someone in your life where you've really felt yourself stuck, I'm going to pull these two for you to see at the same time. And yet you have this dream, the Star, Aquarius. It's the card for Aquarius, your sister sign, air sign. Aquarius is constantly keeping her eye on her prize and, constantly, I want to say fertilizing her dream and fertilizing the environment so that her dreams can manifest. She's focused on what she desires, right? And she's focused on doing what she needs to do at all times to make sure that all the factors are right, that all the factors that she needs are being nourished and encouraged. And yet you have Hanged Man energy there, which is Hanged Man energy. It's for a long time, it's been kind of like, oh, I'll just stay where I'm at. You haven't really been inspired to follow your dream. And yet, in between these two cards, you have Queen of Cups. And so someone is coming in that's shaking you up. It feels to me strongly, Libra, like someone is coming in with really strong emotional water energy. And they're really allowing you, or I want to say inspiring you, to reach down and really take account of your feelings. Your feelings matter. What you want and need truly matters, and what it is that you're really feeling. I think you've been stuck in a rut. Definitely feels like that. In a rut that involves a connection, or maybe not even a connection, but an environment where you felt like you've had to fight, where you felt like you've almost been drawn into petty games that have taken your energy, that have really drained you. And so as a result, you've been kind of stuck. And before you know it, you haven't been able to sort of follow your dreams or follow your desires or follow the things that you really want, follow your star, right? Because you've been caught up in this sort of mental cat and mouse in this particular situation. Again, this could be a situation at work that has really drained you and sort of like worn you down, or it could just be a connection that you have with a particular individual in your life. It could be a family member, or it could be a connection that you have with certain friends. There's something that you've been having in your life that's really been draining you, and that's been petty in a lot of ways, it feels like to me. And that pettiness has really clouded you. And again, like I said, this month, someone comes into you and they really begin to show you, or they feel strongly like a person, not necessarily an event. Queen of Cups in this regard feels like a strong feminine energy. And again, when we talk about feminine, masculine energy in tarot, we don't mean gender. This person could be a male or female, regardless of their gender, but they bring a strong feminine, motherly, emotional energy to you, and an honesty there, a strength in the honesty. And so, you know, towards the middle of the month, this is going to be coming in for you. And it's going to begin to show you that, you know, where you've been putting your energy into something that you really don't want. And this arguing or this strife that you've been constantly pulled into is something you really don't want. Show me more. Ace of Pentacles, a new opportunity. Knight of Pentacles, wow. And Two of Pentacles, okay. All right, so this is why... Oh gosh, Libra. So this is definitely for Libra who's had issues to do with work, okay? This is definitely, it's starting to come a little clearer. By the time we get to the third line of cards, I begin to see the message a lot clearer. All of this Pentacles energy, look at that. Ace of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles, new opportunity coming in for you. Some of you may be moving for a new job. Okay, with that Six of Swords, you're going to be moving for a new job. A new opportunity is coming in for you to finally bring everything you want. And it's also an opportunity that really, really speaks to your heart. This is, with this Knight of Pentacles here, showing you that, Knight of Pentacles almost feels as though, to me in this regard, this is something that has been coming towards you for a long time. It was never really going to be stopped. But it almost feels like an opportunity that's come to you several times before, maybe before you didn't take the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Maybe before you didn't believe in yourself enough, or you were more, you know, you were caught up in a lot of the strife at work. Again, this definitely feels like a reading to do with your career, Libra. This is nothing to do with love energy or love connection this month. Strong career energy here, you know, life manifesting energy. And being caught up here, this opportunity may have come to you several times, but the Knight is the most determined Knight in the deck, and so it's being brought to you again. I feel like this Ace of Pentacles, whatever is being brought to you, is another chance at an opportunity that you may have been given before, but you were unwilling to accept at the time. Two of Pentacles there is to remind you that you're juggling a lot, right? Towards the end of the month, there's going to be a lot of juggling in between. This is a to be continued reading as well, so I'll be curious to see what the January reading is for you, Libra. But this Two of Pentacles at the end, towards the end of the month, is showing you that, you know, there's going to be a period where you're going to really be juggling several different jobs, perhaps, while you're trying to decide the best way to move forward. The decision may not be ready for you just yet. Nevertheless, by the end of December, right? But throughout December, this whole process is taking place, right? This process of you beginning to get your confidence back, beginning to understand that there's a possibility for something different. There's a possibility for you to be able to work towards more. Again, this feels strongly like you were really, really, really drained. Just brought down by someone, you know? You know, and just the pettiness. This almost feels like a 9 to 5 or a project job where you've had to deal with people in a team where it's just been like banging your head up against the wall. You're just exhausted from it. Strength, 9 of Wands. Wow, Ace of Swords, another ace in the 9 of Wands, as I said. 9 of Wands, let me go straight to that. Yeah, the 9 of Wands, it's like you've been feeling like you just haven't been able to get out, right, from the forest. It's like you've been stuck and you haven't been able to find a way to that broader horizon, that broader pasture, that open ground where you could sort of manifest more. But 9 of Wands reminds us that, you've been battered, you've been trying, but you keep on trying, because the next card after, of course, is 10 of Wands. It's completion. But the most important thing with 9 of Wands is to trust yourself, to not be sort of, I want to say, just when it's almost that feeling of just when you are the most tired and you feel like you're about to give up is exactly the time you need to make that final push to get to where you need to get to. Strength is coming in. You have a lot of strength. And let me add that to the 9 of Wands. That strength is coming in. And that's the push that you need. That strength is going to be helping you through that last little push that you need to sort of be like, look, I can find my way out of this. It's been a while coming, okay? And, Wands being the cards to do with passion and fire. Yeah, your passion has definitely been drained, okay? Your passion has been drained. Ace of Swords coming in, but a new idea is on the horizon. Ace of Swords is clarity coming in. Finally, clarity, cutting away at sort of this veil that's been in front of you as a result of the exhaustion and being drained and really been sidelined from your goals and your dreams. So this Ace of Swords comes in for you as a clarifying card. Starting off with that King of Wands, you are the master of your life. You are the master of your fate, okay? And so you're in control. And sometimes when we allow ourselves to be sort of pulled away from our line or pulled away from the line that we're trying to follow or the path we're trying to follow or their goal, we get lost. We become lackadaisical, hanged man. We begin to get caught up in petty energies, 5 of Swords. But the first step toward harmony and clarity and a better place and a place out of this forest with that 9 of Wands is the 6 of Swords, turning your back on those fights, deciding to walk away, deciding not to be a part of it, and beginning through that to see, Ace of Swords, with clarity, who you really are, what you really want. And this beautiful opportunity coming in. Now, this opportunity, again, this reading is December. It's also a time reading. Most of this awakening here and desire to move forward, it will be the beginning of your month. Towards the middle of the month is where you're going to be tested a lot more. You're going to get a little bit tired, but there will be clarity that comes in. There will be that strength that comes in. A particular person will be coming in for you to give you that emotional understanding and push as well. And it's towards the end of the month that the great opportunity sort of presents itself. Exactly when you are ready to take it, exactly when you are ready to make the most of that opportunity. Let me get 2, I want to say, oracle cards. 2 oracle cards to see. Spirit of travel, there's your relocation, and masculine spirit. Okay, what can I say? Spirit of travel, relocation. For some of you, I said at the beginning of the reading, 6 of Swords, journey, relocation, moving on. Some of you will be absolutely leaving a job. You'll be moving from wherever it is you live, the town you live in, but specifically moving on from a job, because this is to do with career for Libra. Okay, so absolutely spirit of travel. It could be that you're traveling anyway and something happens on that journey that starts this whole change for you. And then we have masculine spirit coming in over the King of Wands. King of Wands is fire of fire. It's the most masculine card in the deck alongside the Emperor. And then we have masculine spirit, action, power, dominance, powering through with the Strength card. So powering through, right? Being in charge, taking the helm of your ship, knowing what you truly want, and not being afraid to follow that power, that dominance, and the action that follows with it. is just going to be phenomenal for you this December. So, excellent reading. Wow, specific reading to recap. Okay, you guys, Libra, strong, powerful energy this month, masculine energy in a sense of action and determination and dominance and taking control of your life. There is a relocation, a change, of moving on. Specifically, I feel here in a job. You're going to be leaving a particular job. This is a reading for Libra who's really had a hard time on that job. There's been a lot of fighting. There's been a lot of arguing. There's been a lot of petty games that you feel as though you've almost been forced to play, and it's kept you really standing still. Towards the middle of the month, you really begin to understand this, and there's a particular person who comes in who this person may even be exhibiting a connection they have with themselves, a sort of a control they have of their emotions to not get pulled into petty arguments and things like that. They have so much control over their emotions and understanding of their emotions, and they exhibit so much strength that it begins to show you what you need to do. You almost gain inspiration from this person and realizing that perhaps you could take some of, you could use some of that energy yourself, to push through this stagnant period that you are in your career and to move forward towards what you're truly desiring with that star energy. There's going to be clarity that comes in as a result of it. And this whole kind of shift in understanding and resonating up of you, of getting stronger emotionally and sort of breaking free from sort of this small energy draining, sucking situation you have in your career or in your job, just as that is happening towards the end of the month, and a beautiful opportunity comes in for you. And an opportunity I feel that has probably presented itself to you several times before in the past, but you just weren't ready for it. And yet and still the opportunity is here for you again, because it's almost something that is fated for you to finally follow and take up. It's going to be very much in line with what you desire, but I think now you're going to really be believing that you can do it, right? And so you're looking at this opportunity with new clarity. You're going to be seeing it from a different point of view. And then we have Two of Pentacles. Towards the end of the month, you're going to be juggling a lot of jobs. You may not have necessarily made the exact decision to stick with one or other thing, but you're definitely going to be juggling a lot as a result of your, I want to say, change this month and beginning to sort of look at various opportunities for what you want for yourself instead of feeling like you've only been stuck in the one situation that you've been in. All right, guys, this is your reading. Thank you, Libra, my lovely Libras. Thank you so much for coming to this. This is Bow and Arrow Tarot. My name is Dorothy, and this is your December forecast. I hope it resonated and gave you some insight in a particular situation that you may be dealing with and giving you some ideas of how to deal with it. All right, guys, always follow your heart. I wish you love and light and peace, and I hope to see you guys in the next reading. Bye-bye now.